Hey everyone, it's Saoirse, and today I want to talk about reading goals. I talked about what I read, what I liked reading last year, and today I want to get into the books that I hope to read in 2022. And I will say I set a goal of 40 books on Goodreads because I read 35 last year. I feel like it's pretty accomplishable, and in 2019 I read 52. Which I just don't know how I did because I was in grad school, but I somehow managed. Well, I guess a lot of those books were for school. Anyway, I just want to say don't stress yourself out about your reading goal. It's not necessary. Nobody's gonna throw you in jail because you didn't read the amount of books that you wanted to read. Reading a certain number of books is not gonna make the books better. It's not going to make you like them more. You want to go for quality over quantity. But that being said, it is fun to just have something to work toward, even though it may feel like it doesn't matter. It's not going to change the world if I read 52 books. But it is just a fun little personal goal. And this might be an interesting time to talk about New Year's resolutions. I don't love that word. I don't really love the concept in general, but I like thinking of it as goals more. Just like loose and structured are two different things. Just having a loose list of goals that you might want to accomplish this year. I would love to know what yours are. I have so much hair stuck in my lipstick. My goal every year is to do a split. I've been trying. I tried actively very hard in 2020 and was getting very close and then fell off of it. And then last year I didn't try that hard. This year I'm not going to vow to stretch every day, but I will intend to stretch every day. And I will be able to do a split by the end of this year. Hopefully. Don't hold me to that, but that's the thing. Don't burn yourself at the stake if you can't accomplish the thing that you set for yourself on January 1st. That's just silly. Life has a way of taking us in many different directions that we didn't expect. So, that being said, don't stress about your reading goal. But use Goodreads if you're not, because it's such a fun tool to keep track of what you're reading and what you want to read. I love using it now at bookstores because you can you can scan the barcode on the back of the book and the app just automatically knows what it is. I sound like I'm 100 years old. And then you put it in your want to read list, and then you can look at that later when you're like, I'm at the bookstore and I can't remember what I wanted. Love that. I feel like Gandalf, like going over ancient scrolls when I'm at the store and I'm like, I'm gonna scan that one and I'm gonna scan that one. Anyway, let me show you some of the books that I would like to read this year. So let's take a closer look here. I've mentioned before that this bottom shelf is where I have most of the books that I have not yet read. So I would like to read all of these Titanic books and the Maiden Voyages book. Now I went through before and I thought, like, I'll count out the 40 books that I want to read, but I changed my mind so much. I really want to read this Victoria the Queen book because I love a good history book, and Radium Girls as well. There's just so many, and a lot of these I bought many years ago. But some that stand out, like I know I want to read Tender is the Night, and I want to reread Great Gatsby because I still intend to finish all of Fitzgerald's books. Oh, forensics. See, this is when I was in my forensics phase, and I thought I'm going to go back to school and be a forensic tech and whatever. It's good to have dreams. I really want to read this one. Short history of nearly everything. It's intimidating, but it's Bill Bryson, so he makes everything super interesting. And then we have The Stranger Beside Me, which is a true crime classic, which I definitely want to read this year. Now, the problem with having goals, like a really high reading goal, means that you tend to like, pick the really short books because you're afraid that you won't finish your goal if you read any long ones, and that just sucks because sometimes the long books are the best. I also really want to read Helter Skelter. Oh, and The Girl Who Takes an Eye for an Eye. I haven't read the others in a while, so I feel like these are the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo books. I feel like I should reread them, but do I feel like doing that, or do I just want to jump into this one? I'm not sure. Oh, and Vulgar Favors. I don't know if you watched the Assassination of Gianni Versace. That was on Netflix, I think, and I loved it so much, so I got the book that it was based on. Hunchback of Notre Dame. This is one where I'm like, why haven't I read this yet? I really, really should. And this one I got at Shakespeare and Company, and I was talking in my Christmas haul video about how they stamp their books. There you go. There's an example. And that was really cool to buy there because, as I said, you can see the cathedral from the shop. Here's a bunch of classics. I would like to read at least one or two of these. I need to finally get through all of Jane Austen because I've read Sense and Sensibility and Northanger Abbey and Emma. So I still have these. And, you know, that's my bad, you guys. I need to catch up on Jane Austen. Gosh, there's so many. Goodness gracious. I do want to read The Poseidon Adventure. I've had this book for a million years because my mom showed me this movie when I was really young, and I got the book, and then I just haven't read it yet. But I just watched this movie on New Year's Eve because it actually takes place on New Year's Eve. If you haven't seen that film, it is so good. So yeah, I haven't read up to like over here. But I've read all of these. So yeah, there's just a few that I know I want to read from that area. I love my little library. Now this is where I keep books that I'm like very immediately going to read very soon. And I used to have this in the living room and I really liked it there, but it was just kind of cluttered with all the other stuff that was around it, so now it's in my bedroom. So I definitely want to read most of these soon. I really like John Krakauer. I loved Into Thin Air and Into the Wild, so Under the Banner of Heaven, I want to read that one. And here's another Murakami, South of the Border, West of the Sun. I recently got this Chuck Palahniuk book, Consider This, and that seems like his book about writing, so I really want to read that. And Made in America by Bill Bryson. I started this in 2020 and then I didn't finish it because I was moving at the time and it was a big transition and I was just freaking out. Complete short stories of Truman Capote. I would like to read that because you know me and short stories, and here's another one here. Another one, Civil War Land in Bad Decline by George Saunders. Definitely want to read that. The Invention of Murder. Oh my god. How the Victorians reveled in death and detection and created modern crime. Please. I need to read that. Rebecca is a classic I've got to get to. And then we have another short story collection, First Person Singular, Haruki Murakami. Definitely want to do that one this year. And then this is the one that my mom just gave me for Christmas, How to Catch a Mole, which I think I might read sort of next because it just looks so good. Yeah, so this is my cute little, that's where I keep all my candles too. But I've always loved having like a display of the books that I'm really looking forward to next. If you're watching this, then you can give me a big old pat on the back because your girl figured out how to edit videos. Finally. You probably noticed that in previous videos. And do you know what the problem was? The reason I couldn't edit videos for so long? It was not because I'm stupid. It was because my computer needed to update. So iMovie was not working, like, I wasn't joking, like it literally wasn't compatible with my video files. It wouldn't let me upload any files to edit. And it just needed to be updated, and the computer needed to be updated in order to allow iMovie to update. So this is what happens when you ignore the update thing for, you know, a year and a half. Yeah. But I still have the same issue with my camera's files are so bizarre that when I put them into iMovie directly, there's no audio, and then they just stay like that, and I can't have a video with no audio. So I have to convert the file using another app on the computer, and then I put it into iMovie, and then I put it on YouTube. But if I'm not doing any editing at all, I could edit that out, but I'm not going to. Then I just plug my memory card into the computer and upload straight to YouTube, and magically the audio is there. Do not ask me how that works. I don't get it. And also, I think when I upload to Google Drive, then the audio is there. It just doesn't work on iMovie, and I cannot view my videos with audio on my computer until I've converted or put on YouTube. Samsung, you have some explaining to do. You went and stopped making cameras, and then there's nobody to help me deal with these Samsung issues. Anyway, this is probably not very interesting, but I can edit videos, and I'm not great at it, but I would like to figure out how to do more things with it. And yeah, those are the books that I have that I haven't read, and it's not, I didn't tell you like every single one that I'm thinking about reading, but I'm also reading 4 books right now, so that will count toward my goal. I had already started them in December or earlier, so yeah, good luck with your goal, and tell me, what is your goal, and what other goals do you have that are realistic and healthy and will benefit you and be good for you. I think reading is one of the best things that we can do. Yeah, but that's a story for another day. I'm going to go for a sunset beach walk with my mother. Oh, hello, darling. This is my baby girl. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and I will see you all next time. Good luck with your reading goals. Please do share in the comments exactly what I said before. What are you gonna read? Anyway, I'm not gonna edit any of this part. See you next time.